mission success. We have found fresh water. Would you drink it?
Yeah, if I was desperate as we are.
I've literally travelled 1,000 miles. Oh yes! Look at the size of it! So from the drone yesterday, we spotted this island that's got this mangrove crack running through the middle. It looked absolutely incredible. We had to come have a explore. So we've got a hand spear, Fran's manning a little popper rod. We're walking through the shallows here. The key species we're looking for are mud crabs, mangrove jacks in the shallows, and doing our best to avoid crocodiles. But let's see what we can find. Oh, yeah, mullet and rabbitfish. No signs of crabs. Oh, a sweetlet like an emperor. Hey, good job. Nice work.
Is that flowery cod?
Flowery cod, yeah. Well, oh, it's a big one, Fran. Hey!
Lunch is served.
Lunch is served. Big greasy cod.
Woo.
Nice work. Having a little pop along the reef edge here. Prime flowery cod country. Oh, trout under it, he's sitting under it. Oh, did you see that? It's sitting like underneath it. Oh, I should have twitched it. Bugger. Oh, yep. Oh, trout. Hey. It's a trevally, I think. He's almost in the reef. Making me do a bit of a dance. Hey-oh. Beautiful trevally. See you, mate. So there's the boys, paddling / sailing off to our next stop. I think they've just had lunch on this island here. They reported a big crocodile slide, so we've got to be pretty cautious coming in and out of the water here. Last cast, and then we'll stop for a bit of lunch. How you going, mate?
Yeah, good Stricky!
Now, was it pretty good coming across?
Yeah, it was a pretty good ride. Wind was behind the backside.
Downwind.
A lot of big turtles coming in here,
Yeah?
which could probably equal a lot of big crocodiles.
Big crocodiles.
We'll see you over there in a bit.
Cool, see you there, mate. So we're just having our first look at what a few very knowledgeable people have told us is the best river on the east coast of Australia. So far it looks pretty amazing. We've got like white silica sand on the right hand side with palm trees, gnarly rocks coming in here. Looks like there's a bit of a bay on the left where you could set up a camp, but we're going to keep sort of venturing our way up. There's something in behind the mangroves here. Looks like an old camp of some sort. It looks a little bit overgrown, so we're going to go poke our head in and see if anyone's home or see if they want to say good day. Wilson. Hello. Woo-wee. You guys, please. Oh, some big giant conch shells. Hello, Hugo. Just coming to say good day. Oh, it's a cod. It's a cod. Oh, this water's so clear. I could see that all happening. Look at him here. How cool is that? That could do us for dinner, eh? Dinner. Perfect, actually. And that's almost the sunset on another day of this adventure. This is a hell of a change of scenery from where most of our time's been spent. As you can see, we're up a mangrove river, but we're so far up it's turned into the fresh brackish water. So as in the kayak crew, we camped down the mouth, but it's too shallow for me to camp in the salty dingo down there. So I'm pretty devastated. We had to leave the boys where they are. We've come upstream. I'm gonna have a camp here for the night and then rendezvous with the boys in the morning. We need to go even further up to get drinking water. Basically the kayakers and Fran and myself are all out of drinking water. So tomorrow, first mission is go up and get some drinking water. Tonight we have a little bit of cod that's gonna go on the fire and be cooked. And a sweet potato and an onion. And our last glass of wine.
Cheers.
Cheers. Cheers to absent friends. Absent friends. Cheers, boys. Hope you're doing well. Coming, they're coming, they're coming.
Well, they're fast.
Not fast enough. What?
Get that one then. You're on fire.
Mate, straight in the brain.
Well done, mate.
Bullseye. 3 in a row.
There we go.
So cool.
So these napa palms, I haven't seen these in years. In PNG, the rivers look very similar where I grew up. And up and down the rivers there, when we're fishing for black bass and mangrove jack and barra, you'd see these palms. So it's quite nostalgic. I heard they were up this river and was so keen to check them out. But the water is still brackish, so it's still got a fair bit of salt in it. We've got to keep heading upriver until we find some clean drinking water. This will eventually turn into fresh, so we're on a mission to find it. We're going to fill up all our water bottles, and then that's good to drink. So that hopefully will get us all the way to the top of Australia. Are you pulling faces?
No.
There's our lunch. We've got trevally cut very fine by Fran, lemon juice for a couple of hours as ceviche, plus a cracker. As you can hear in the background, mission success. We have found fresh water. Fran's doing her best to wash the salt, the last 2 months worth of salt off. Is it nice?
It's so nice.
Would you drink it?
Yeah, if I was desperate as we are.
So you're welcome, boys. We've found some drinkable fresh water. You want to do this on a dropping tide, on a run out tide, the bottom of the run out tide. That's when all the salt water should be pushed out back out to the ocean, but unfortunately it's the complete opposite today. It's a big run in tide. So we've had to come as far as we can up the river to get away from the flooding salt water. But man, we've come so far up. It's got like really tight freshwater turns, and then that's the basically as far up in the river as we can go. There's a big log across it there. So this is as good, as fresh as the water's gonna get. According to Fran, it's all right. So I'm gonna fill all the boys' bladders up and hopefully it doesn't sink the salty dingo on the way back, because we've got a few bladders there. Yeah. How is it? Is it nice?
Fresh.
Fresh. So the technique, we've got to fill up a smaller vessel to then fill up these wine casks full of water. I'm sure the boys will appreciate
Anything for you, Aaron.
it. Anything for you, eh? We've just previously hooked a small finger mark from this snag here, and we've gone back and done a second loop on it. We had a double hook up with a finger mark and a trevally, and I'm really hoping this is a finger mark, but it could be anything here. It's a very hard fighting trevally. Ooh, it's a bigger one. the water drop off has been successfully completed, and there's a couple of happy kayakers making their way back to camp. All right, now we've got to race the sun down to get back to our camp. Set the fire, cook up this finger mark. There's probably the main species we haven't caught yet and eaten on this adventure, so we're so stoked to get him today. Before we can ever get out of here. This is going to be our dinner tonight. Beautiful pan-sized finger mark. This was the most notable omission from the species that we've eaten so far on this trip. We love eating finger mark, but just hadn't had a chance to catch one yet, so I was so stoked once we got that one today. We're going to fillet him up. We're rationing pretty hard on our carbohydrates, but we've got a sweet potato that we're going to have with him, so we're going to do fish and sweet potato chips. It's going to be awesome. The main objective today was definitely just to get up there and get fresh water for everyone. But we just drove past so much good looking fishing country. Like everywhere you're going, you're like, oh, there's a big snag there, snags there, snags there. And yeah, it would have been awesome to spend a bit more time fishing up there. The only place we really got to have a little flick at was there's this bank of lily pads. And I've brought this one little green tree frog lure just in case we found lily pads. I love fishing lily pads for Saratoga or Barra. I've had some awesome sessions where you just pop that frog across the surface onto the lily pads. You see the bow wave of the fish come and wait underneath, and then once you just pop it into the water, bang. We've had some really good sessions like that on Saratoga. I was hoping that was going to happen, but we had no such luck, unfortunately. We very much enjoyed getting up in the fresh water today. Gave the boat a bit of a rinse, the motor. I think very thankful for it. And you just feel like I've lost a couple of kilos of salt and just dirt having that freshwater wash. So that was very much appreciated. You can see Fran behind you here, behind the camera, getting the fire ready, so we're not far off. Sunset and fish and chips. The colours upriver here are quite different, but quite nice. More of a bush sunset than an ocean sunset, but yeah, it's pretty bloody good. Got the salty dingo anchored out the front, and that is pretty much it for today. It's such a shame we've got to be camped at a different spot to the rest of the crew, especially as, like, man, it's just kind of weird that we're so far away from home. We're so close, but we just can't hang out tonight, which is a bit of a shame, but I'm sure they're doing well. They're having a bit of a feast. No doubt the boys cook up pretty well down there, so we'll see them again in the morning, and that's when we'll check in with you guys next as well. We're doing fish and chips for dinner. I'm sure you've seen us cook it before. Fish lightly dusted in breadcrumbs in the oil, chips done a similar way, blah blah blah. It's all good. We'll see you next time. After that horrible ocean crossing, we've arrived at our own little sand cave. How cool is this? Oh.